Nate G219 to help it back and better. Y'all know what it is. Another one coming at y'all. First, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that channel if you want to help out. Today is July 10th. It's about 6:37 o'clock in the morning. I'm on a 2-hour rain delay. As you guys see, it's pretty crappy out. Now, if it gets too bad, we're going to be on an emergency call in this. So, I mean, I'm kind of hoping that we get an emergency call. But it is what it is. I'm sitting here for 2 hours prior to work, so I have time to record. And today I'm just going to talk about, well, first of all, the reason why this even came up was over the weekend, Corey Allwood, my buddy, as you know, from con to cop. Yes, you heard that right. He had spent 20 years in the penitentiary and then has straightened his life out, turned it around, way around, and is now a police officer in the state of Indiana. And we were talking about some of the things that happen and some of the things that you experience in there, and you know, never trying to make light of the situation, never trying to make humor of the situation, but man, some of the stuff you can't make up. And about 10 years ago today, I had found myself behind the walls of Indiana State Prison, and my journey behind that wall was in the IDU unit, the intensive disciplinary unit. So after I served my 7-8 months in there, you automatically go to a step down, which is administrative segregation. So it's still segregation. It's just looks a little different. There's a lot more people in the cell house. There's 5 tiers, and I mean just hundreds, a few hundred people in this one cell house, all on administrative segregation. Some of them have been in segregation for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Guy Gangster Joe, that was a cell below me. I don't know if it was directly below me, but he might have been above me. I just remember he might have been the cell above me. He was in there for 14 years. But, you know, Gangster Joe was known for slipping them cuffs and putting that iron in somebody like my boy Dante. Gangster Joe was about that. Now, while I was in there, you gotta remember, I'm in a maximum security prison at this point in time, so I'm locked up with people anywhere from things I've done. Man, there was one guy in this unit that was actually in prison for DUIs. He found himself in the maximum security unit. 2 cells down is Tex Nathan Anderson. I've told stories about him. Very mentally ill man, very great-hearted, and his story is just such a sad story, and I'm getting to know him a lot better, trying to get to know people a lot better, not necessarily judge them for what they've done. Some of them I can't help it, like Shannon Russell, that I'm glad he's become the prey, because he was the predator and he preyed on his own daughter, and that's just karma at its finest. But there's others in there that you feel for them, man. You can't help but feel for them, but that's besides the point. Now, a few months back, I told a story about a guy named Todd Rimstidt, I believe is his name. I'd have to go back, look it up, but it's not the importance of who he is. He was a kiddie fiddler, and he had been in for raping or touching a child, a boy, maybe 2 boys around the age 13, 14 years old. And I found him to be my neighbor one day. He got moved into administrative segregation, and He got put in cell 206. I was in cell 205. I can't help who they put next to me. Well, when you are in administrative segregation, you have the option to have a rec partner. Now, very, very, very few times do you find, unless they're brothers, same affiliation, there's very little reason to have a rec partner. The only thing that you end up doing is taking rec together. It benefits the prison, and you have to take a shower with one another. Now, if sometimes people will get on the same rec line so that they can go into the shower and handle their business, and usually one only comes out. I've seen it happen a few times. 6'4", they called him 6'4" because he was 6'4". He was a vice lord. He definitely handled that business by doing that. He jumped on the same rec line as somebody and poked him up. But anyways, back to Todd. So I'm sitting there, this dude gets moved in, middle-aged white guy, at that point probably about 10 years older than me, not 100% sure, but I hear a knock on the door, and a note gets passed to me. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm laughing about it because you just can't make this stuff up. It says, "Hi, my name's Todd. I know you don't know me, but just so you know, I think you're an attractive man. I am in prison for," he told me what he was in prison for. Like, no big deal. And he was in segregation he got caught pleasing his boyfriend, Speedy. Now, Speedy is a booty bandit. And Todd was Speedy's boy, but now that Todd was in segregation, Todd's like, "Can I please give you some pleasure?" What the heck? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Man, pass that note back. I started yelling. I didn't make it too loud. I said, "Never again do you pass me a kite. Never again. Never again do you pass me a kite. Nothing like that. You on your own time. I'm not gonna be your rec partner. I'm not." I was just so baffled. I hit my neighbor Chuck. He was in cell 204. I said, "Chuck," and I said, because he knew I had come from Lakeside, the level 1 and 2 camp outside of the wall, but I'd been in IDU. I had never seen anything like this in IDU. There was nobody humping each other in IDU. Now, in D-Cell House, I'd seen on more than one occasion. Usually if you've seen a black dude and a white guy going into the shower together on the same rec line, and it's a horrible stigma for white guys, and it gives a lot of us a bad name, but they're usually the punk. They're usually getting punked by that dude. They've chosen to, you have to sign up. You legitimately have to sign your name. Like, I want to be on the same rec line as this person. Knowing you're going to go in the shower with this person. Knowing what that person's, man, you gotta be kidding me. First of all, now, Todd wasn't going to try to push himself upon me, like, forcefully. But he liked to be, man, he wanted to be my little, I don't know what he wanted. I'm sorry, man, this is as real as it gets. I was just, Corey and I had been talking the other day, and this story came up and we were laughing about it, but it's not a funny thing. It's a sick thing. It's a sick world. This man does get out of prison too, and it's not too far out. I wish he didn't. I wish he didn't, darn it, because he's gonna get out and do something to another boy. He's definitely gonna reoffend. He loves prison. He loves putting that eggplant in his mouth. I'm gonna post a picture of him on that thumbnail. But that's just one of the very many stories. I don't have a whole lot of time this morning, so I'm gonna keep this one kind of short. But you know, like JD says, one petal, one bullet. Put him in the wood chipper. Hey, what the heck, man? I couldn't believe it when he was asking me to give me some, you know, hot tui. Anyways, never forget life's choices, guys. You can find yourself being hit on by the weirdest person you've ever met in your entire life. Like, you don't find yourself in predicaments like this on the streets. I promise that. Behind that wall you will. And like I said, all those turns, one wrong turn takes you right there. But hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that channel if you want to help out. If they ain't hating it, you ain't making it. Nate G, 219 signing out. Peace.